for the next clip that we're going to take, we need to kind of take a look at what Jim Schwartz's lines have done. So take us through this next clip and what we're looking at here.
So you're going to see down here at the bottom, if you look at the bottom of the screen, second guy in, he's going to run right over top of the right guard for a sack on Joe Burrow. And what's going to happen here is that the Browns now, they match the defensive backs with the defensive line more than just Myles Garrett. So what's going to happen is that the Bengals have added Orlando Brown to the left tackle. I think the Browns will put Obo up there because if Orlando Brown struggles with anything, it's straight speed. And that's what Obo is going to give him. Down here at the bottom, you're going to get Alex Kappa and you're going to get Jonah Williams, who are going to be the right guard, right tackle. Both have struggled with pass protection in the past. Both have had issues with guys who are big and strong and fast and kind of that speed to power or power to speed. So I can see the Browns lining up Myles Garrett and Za'Darius Smith down here at the bottom of the screen. Myles Garrett versus Jonah Williams and Za'Darius Smith versus Kappa. That's a win for the Browns. So now they can cover in the backfield. Now Joe Burrow has to hold the ball a little bit longer so he doesn't have those rhythm throws with the zone. Now he's got to let those guys get open a little bit. And I think the Browns, especially on the right side, the Browns are much better than the Bengals in terms of matchups. So again, they match up well in the back, and then they have an advantage here because of upgrades they've made to the defensive line.
Yeah, you can see the guard never got his feet under and just got run over. You do not see that type of sack very often in the NFL. All right, another one going back to the line, and that's been a huge upgrade for the Browns. Take us through what we see here.
So here's the clip that I've used before, and it's basically you get Brandon Graham and Cox here on the same side. So when you get these guys on the same side when they were with the Eagles in 2017, you're getting two elite defenders, okay? And what this does is it gives the Browns have the same type of elite defenders. So the Eagles had Cox and Graham. The Browns now have Smith and Myles Garrett. And with Obo on the other side, they'll be able to create these matchups. Now, the good thing about the Browns here is that the Eagles had Timmy Jernigan, which he was the guy who did all the dirty work. The Browns now have Tomlinson, who's going to do that inside. So by Tomlinson lining up on the center here, or shading the center, it puts that right side, which would be Kappa and Jonah Williams, it puts those guys in one-on-ones against Za'Darius Smith and Myles Garrett. And I think I think the Browns will win that matchup more than they will lose it. So the Browns' defensive line, they with the improvements they've made, they're going to create such matchup problems for not only the Bengals but everybody else. But for the Bengals, because the way that Browns can cover, it's a really tough matchup. It has been in the past, and I think the scheme even matches more with the personnel now with Schwartz.
The other thing is, think about how much trouble they had blocking Myles Garrett before you added Okunrankwo, before you added Tomlinson, before you added Smith, before you added Ika, before you I can keep going on and on. This Browns defensive line, rather, was a problem for the Bengals offensive line last year and the year before that, and it is significantly better now, and they've got it's going to have a completely different mindset.
Well, yeah, so two things are going to happen. One is, I think, obviously, like you said, they've improved their personnel. But the thing I really like, too, is now they're going to be able to get those second and third long situations, which they didn't get to a lot last year in NFL standards. So they're going to get to 2nd and 8, 2nd and 10, and 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10. Now you can get to that wide 9 or that wide 5 that you and I have talked about. So not only can they stop the run with Tomlinson and these guys, but now they're going to make teams one-dimensional. And I think that when the Browns can make teams one-dimensional, they're going to be pretty good because their upgrades inside, Smith and with Myles Garrett, and like you said, with Obo and all these guys are all really good against the run, but they're all elite pass rushers. And if they can get to 2nd, 3rd long, now they're playing to their strengths. So the Browns up front now match the secondary. Now the secondary gets to play man coverage. It's kind of a match made in heaven if they can go out in the field and do it.